The show is called Brand Equity and I'm Sonali Krishna, and welcome to the most exciting segment of the show. Now last week, as all of you know, Brand Equity launched a special initiative where we invited 3 agencies to present campaigns that were essentially a message from the Aam Aadmi or the common man to the Government of India and our distinguished politicians. And as promised, I have with me today a very high-profile panel that will scrutinize these 3 ads and come to a consensus on which one they believe is the most effective. But the panel really needs no introduction at all. On my left, I have with me the glamorous and stunning Bollywood personality Diya Mirza. Next to Diya is Abhinay Dev, the well-known ad maker turned film director, with his movie Delhi Belly being a humongous success. On my right, I have Sudhir Mishra, a man who has directed several critically acclaimed films. And next to him is the creative mind himself, an advertising veteran and also a fabulous lyricist, Prasoon Joshi. Thank you so much for joining us. But at the outset, before we take a look at the commercials, I'd like to make it clear that the message is coming from the Aam Aadmi or the common man. So he is essentially the client, and it is being targeted to the politicians and the Government of India. So the TG is really the politicians. So may I request all of you to turn to the plasma behind us and take a look at the 3 commercials.
इंडिया को डेवलप एक ही आदमी कर सकता है, राम भरोसे।
राम भरोसे चाहे ना तो मून के गड्ढे भर दे, ये तो इंडिया है।
अरे राम भरोसे चाहे ना तो विदेशी ताकतों का हाथ मरोड़ के फ्रैक्चर कर दे।
राम भरोसे चाहे तो रेप करने वालों का रेप कर दे।
और राम भरोसे चाहे ना तो एक टिकली बम ना फूटे किसी पब्लिक प्लेस में। मैं बता रहा हूँ, सबकी माँ की
deleting poverty in education,
स्कैम, pollution, poverty,
sophistication, and all the cation.
Only he can save India.
राम भरोसे is so cool man.
वो हमारा हीरो है।
राम भरोसे, you're the dude man.
राम भरोसे, you the rocks.
सरकार को काहे को कोसते हो जब देश में सब कुछ है राम भरोसे।
राम भरोसे।
अब क्या हुआ?
ग्लास टूटा है या दूध गिरा है, इसकी जानकारी अभी तक हमारे पास नहीं।
जरूर विदेशी ताकतों का हाथ है।
जब हम पावर में थे तब स्टील के ग्लास ही होते थे। अब नई गवर्नमेंट आम आदमी की सोचती कहाँ है?
ये वक्त में लड़ाई करने का नहीं है, हमें एकजुट होकर समस्या का हल ढूंढना है। उरी बाबा, फिर से तोड़ा। अब कौन लेगा इसका जिम्मेदारी?
अरे बाबा, इसमें हमारी कोई गलती नहीं। इतना बजट में इतना सारा काम कैसे होगा?
जांच अभी जारी है।
देखा गवर्नमेंट जी, आपके कदमों पर चले तो घर भी ना चले, देश कैसे चलेगा?
I want to become a good scientist, cricketer or actor.
Doctor. I want to be an actor. Pilot. I want to be a dancer. Hrithik Roshan.
My daddy says politicians are not good. Politicians fight too much. It's like my brother.
I see them on TV, but I don't know really what they do.
My uncle is a politician and I don't like him.
I hate him. I don't want to be a politician. No. No. No.
I wish nice people should join politics.
Okay, great. So those were the 3 commercials. Diya, I'd like to start with you on which ad touched you the most and why.
I think the first one was a message not just to the Government of India, but also to the people of India.
Sure.
You know, Ram Bharose is the attitude that we've had for very many years now. It's almost like we've become adjusted to the idea that somebody out there is going to take care of us. I always say that it's a miracle how we get past one day from the other in our country. So I think it's a reflection of that. The second one was, I think, an interesting, I like the way it was put together. The act, the one-act play within a household, the different characters that come in to speak the language of the people, to convey a very clear and distinct thought to the government. Very interestingly done. The third one, of course, could quite easily become a favorite because it is through the speak of a child. The words uttered from a child are always innocent, and I think are a clear reflection of what we are at and what we stand for today.
I'd like to go to Sudhir now, and your view on which one was most effective.
I like the Ram Bharose one as well a lot because you know, I like the pun. सब कुछ जब राम भरोसे है ही है तो फिर राम भरोसे ही सही. It seems a bit like that, you know, since you've left it. So it's that kind of pun, that kind of double, and it's got a layer to it, and I like the sense of humor of that, and I think it's the most well achieved and thought out in a sense, you know. The kids will always get you a lump, and you know, in a sense, and they're kind of impromptu and move part. So I mean, a clear lesson to the politician, a clear direct message. Well, nobody wants to be you. I would also, gut feeling, go with Ram Bharose.
Ram Bharose, okay.
I would.
Okay, now let me turn to the ad guys. So I'll go with you, Abhinay, first on which one you pick.
Everybody needs to say at the end of the commercial, you know, that what is the takeout out of that? What is the take back? What do the politicians need to take from it?
Sure.
I think that is the one which, in the order, I would like to say that the children, then the second one, which is the household, the Sachi and Sachi, and then the Ram Bharose. Ram Bharose poses the current issue. Sure. It says this is how our country has been, this is how our politicians are, and this is how it's been.
Right.
In a way, it's saying, think about it.
Sure.
It's giving the very broad way of saying that, soch lo, abhi tak Ram Bharose tha. I think the children one is making a very clear poke to say that, think about it, if you don't want to be, if the youth of today, the future doesn't want to be a politician.
They'll be fine with it. They say we have our children to become politicians.
But probably, you're right. But I think it's something that actually makes them think.
Let me come to you, Prasoon. You've sat in many a Cannes jury, so this should not be difficult for you at all.
I think clearly the child one, the children commercial, because for me the target audience and the message and the focus messaging is very important. I like the other two also. They're creatively exciting. I think the second one, you know, is very nice, and probably people will say, see, if a glass of milk is treated like this, will happen. But it doesn't. You know, a politician can smile and say a good joke, good, nice. The first one, again, you can say you can make a nice sort of jingle out of it, and you can probably enjoy it. But the fact is, a politician is a hard nut to crack. If the new generation doesn't believe in them, there is a fear which hits them. Fear of survival also hits them. That this new generation is not going to vote for us. So there is, I think, there is an inherent messaging there which is sharp, directed at the target audience correctly, and can evoke some sort of response.
But Prasoon, the government is witnessing malnutrition, starvation, children living and walking and running on the streets every day. That hasn't hit them.
But
it doesn't make a difference to them.
Actually, nothing is going to hit them in that sense.
Which is exactly why I went for Ram Bharose, because I said the truth is that this campaign is going to hit society more than it's going to hit the government. That's the truth.
But none of you all have a take on the second campaign.
No, second is a very interesting one. It's a very interesting one.
It's intelligent.
I felt it was better thought than executed.
Yeah.
I felt the thought was very nice. It was something which has to be shot well, to be actually done there.
For it to communicate.
So that is the reason. I think the thought was very interesting.
Performed well.
Very unique thought.
I'm going about it from a very clear perspective of saying, what is the task at hand? Exactly as Prasoon said. The government is your target audience. So you need to tell them that there is a problem. From that perspective, I think the last one makes the maximum sense, because as I was watching it for the first time, we watched it once. At that point, I was there.
Given what he said, you know, saying that, you know, a message to the politician, and what is really going to make him get up and say, okay, is this what they really think? Would you agree with him, or do you still think Ram Bharose would...
I like that ad, and you know, I'm very suspicious always when people use children, you know.
The thought there is great, right? The children, the whole idea is very nice, but I'm not very sure whether it's been used effectively enough. Like, I feel the Ram Bharose has been used better. The one-act play within the household has been used better. Now this is from a completely creative perspective, right?
I agree with you.
I felt there could have been so much more of a punch in it, because here you've got your golden trump, right? You've got a child. You don't have one, but you've got several children. Use them better.
You know, what's interesting is, you know, we opened the lines out. The voting lines were open last week after we aired the 3 commercials, and the viewers' choice has clearly come to a consensus. Like 70% is tilting towards one campaign, and honestly, it's none of the above.
For me, the problem in the kid one is what, you know, it seems that the lines are given.
Yeah, of course.
It seems to me that he's saying that Mera Chacha, it seems not like a genuine line.
No, that's true.
One of the kids especially seems very rehearsed.
Suppose there is a huge campaign and your Times of India is behind this campaign. It's a no child in this country wants to become a politician. Time to think about it. And there are various pictures and hoardings and songs written there, jingles in radio spots and children's voices saying, I want to become politician. Nah, never. Time to think. I think that
if you give marks from this point of view, then I think the child one will win, because you could create a whole campaign around it, which you almost becomes
it extends itself more than the others.
I think it will germinate a lot of ideas. Chalo, I'll give it to you.
Embarrass the politician and make him hide his face.
This would work.
This would work.
After much debate and discussion, the panel has finally arrived at a consensus, and Mudra it is. Mudra is the winner of Brand Equity Special Initiative Award. So many congratulations to Bobby and the entire team who worked on this campaign. Let's go across to Bobby and find out what he has to say.
It was a simple idea that they came up with, and that was executed fairly well. So I thank your esteemed panel for picking us to win. I like to believe that the best idea won, but doesn't everybody, right? So once again, thanks a lot.
Congratulations to Bobby and his team once again for bagging the Brand Equity Special Initiative Award. But as promised last week, we're also giving out a Viewer's Choice Award. And though the panel here was rather confused on which one should be the winner of this initiative, the viewers weren't at all. They were very focused, and one campaign of the 3 singularly backed 70% of our viewers' votes, and that's none other than Saatchi and Saatchi. So many congratulations to Ramanuj and the entire team who worked on this campaign. Over to you, Ramanuj.
We did not win the jury prize, but to be very frank, we are in the people's business. We are here to influence people and not the jury. So with due respect, I think I'm more than glad to have won the People's Choice Award. Thank you so much.
I'd like to take this opportunity to personally thank all the 3 agencies that took the time, put in so much effort to make this Brand Equity Special Initiative such a success. Thank you, Saatchi and Saatchi. Thank you, Leo Burnett. And thank you, Mudra. At that note, I'd also like to thank my esteemed panel for taking the time and putting in so much thought to make this debate and discussion such a success. Truly a pleasure to have you on Brand Equity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And with that, we come to an end of this episode of Brand Equity. I hope you enjoyed the show, the special initiative, the discussion and the campaign. So do write into us at brandequity@etnow.tv, or alternatively, you can log on to our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/brandequity, and give us your views on the campaigns, the special initiative and the discussion. Now, you can also follow us on Twitter at Brand Equity Live. It was lovely putting this show together for you. Until next week, goodbye.